Let's do this one. Oh, not that. XQC reacts to the case of Lee Rodarte. Rodarte? I don't. It's one of the two.
It's not even that long either. Maybe the frog apparently has a little bit of toss in it, and I'm not fucking yeah. Okay, let me try this. What's how it goes?
On the 2nd of August, 2017, at approximately 5:15 p.m., 21-year-old Savannah Gold left her parents' home and drove to San Jose Boulevard in Jacksonville, Florida. She had a 5:30 shift at the Bonefish
Fucking
Grill,
Florida,
a
dude.
casual seafood restaurant where she worked as a waitress. But on this occasion, she never showed up. It was a fairly quiet Wednesday afternoon at the diner. Her absence wasn't too much of a strain, so the on-duty supervisor simply took her hours off the roster for that day and thought nothing else of it. Suspicions only arose roughly 1 hour and 15 minutes after Savannah had left the house, as her father received a text message from her phone number.
Tell you a mom wanted to tell. Stop! I was trying to read. Stop! Hey, I just wanted. Wait, ain't. Alright. Really? Misspelled? Yeah, I just wanted to tell you and Mom I met a really great guy and we're running away together. I love him and we're leaving tonight. I'll call you later when I get to where we are. Dude, this guy. The amount of typos are crazy. 1, 2, 3. I guess those could be 1, but I'm counting them as 2, 4, 5.
Tonight. Jesus Christ.
Savannah's older brother also
That's
received
Monkas.
a text 43 seconds later.
Hey, I'm leaving with my
Although
boyfriend.
both texts came from Savannah's number, her family knew right away that something wasn't right. She had just left the house in what appeared to be very high spirits, but now proclaimed to be running away with an unidentified man without packing so much as a change of clothes. Not only that, but the text messages were riddled with errors and composed in a completely different way to how she would normally write. Her phone was switched off when they tried calling just minutes after receiving the...
Guys, listen, I'm not going against the narrator, but I feel like sometimes people can be in very high spirits once they know something is going to be good. Once they know that, oh, I'm finally free of something. Like, if I was like really tired of being in a certain place, I'd be very high spirits on the last day because I know that I'm done with this place. I'm donezo with it.
Texts. So they immediately called her place of work and found out that she hadn't shown up. It was at that point they called police and filed a missing persons report. Savannah had been gone for less
5'1" and 100 pounds. Holy fuck. She's like essentially a feather, bro. She's like a feather, bro. Five one, 100 pounds. She's literally a fucking a feather. That's insane. Damn, that's 5'1", 100 pounds. That is insane, bro.
Later, her car was found unlocked and abandoned in the Bonefish Grill parking lot, and the only thing missing was her phone. Her wallet, ID, and a number of other valuable items had not been taken. Investigators looked through the parking lot surveillance tapes and discovered what would then become the primary piece of evidence for the case. The majority of footage remains undisclosed to the public, but a detailed description of what occurred has already been released. What we know is that Savannah parked her car and stepped out of the vehicle at exactly 5:31 p.m. She then walked over to another vehicle and conversed with the occupant for 14 minutes through the driver's side window. She then got into the back seat of said vehicle at 5:45 p.m.
What?
14 seconds later, the car began to shake sporadically as if some type of struggle was occurring inside. The rear door swung open 3 times, but was immediately and forcefully shut each time.
Oh, Monka S!
Was attempting to get out, but couldn't. This lasted for 49 seconds until the vehicle suddenly stopped moving. A male figure was then seen getting out and proceeded to walk over to Savannah's car that was 20 feet away. The surveillance was grainy, and the person could not be identified from the footage alone. All that police could ascertain was that he had short brown hair and was roughly 5'11". The unidentified person reached into Savannah's car and took out what police believed was her phone. He then slashed the front tire with a knife before walking back to his own vehicle.
Why'd he slice the tire? What?
At exactly 6:04 p.m. Savannah was never seen exiting the car. This was a crucial piece of evidence, and essentially all investigators had to go on. They had to find out who the man was in the video, and fast. But they also had to be careful in how they conducted their investigation. They couldn't let anyone find out they had this footage in their possession, as knowing this information could allow a suspect to alter their alibi to fit with the evidence. This would take a significant advantage away from investigators during interrogation, and would hinder their ability to build a case to a considerable degree. Over the following 2 days, investigators briefly interviewed all the staff at the Bonefish Grill. For the most part, these encounters consisted of just 3 questions. When was the last time you saw Savannah? Do you know where she is? And is there anything you know that could help with our investigation? Within 48 hours, they had 3 potential suspects, whose names were then ran through the motor insurance database. The first suspect
48
didn't have
hours?
a license. The second suspect owned a bright red 2001 Jeep Cherokee, while the third suspect was registered to a 2012 silver Chevy Malibu, an identical match to the vehicle seen on surveillance. His name was Lee Rodarte. He was 28 years old and was both the manager and head chef at the Bonefish Grill.
What?
He was the first person to be interviewed at the diner about Savannah's disappearance, where he told investigators that he hadn't seen her in about 3 weeks and knew nothing of her current whereabouts. It was only from his co-workers that police discovered he was having an on and off relationship with
what the
Savannah for
fuck?
the last 8 months, despite it being against...
What the fuck is this picture, bro? And this picture, dude. This guy's a fucking clown, dude. What is like...
be interviewed at the diner about Savannah's disappearance.
Like, what the fuck is that, G? What the fuck is that, homie?
Where he told investigators that he hadn't seen her in about 3 weeks and knew nothing of her current whereabouts.
And then this next
It was only
picture.
from his...
He said...
co-workers
What
that
the
police
fuck?
discovered he was having an on and off relationship with Savannah for the last 8 months, despite it being against company policy. From what investigators could gather, this was a very popular individual, rising fast through the ranks of his chosen profession. He was known for his charm and charisma amongst his colleagues, and also had a lot of success when it came to the opposite sex. On all accounts, his life seemed to be going very well, but he was now the prime suspect in a kidnapping investigation, and the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office planned their next steps in meticulous detail. At around 5:15 p.m. on August 5th,
They're about to
police
get
arrested
his
Rodarte
ass.
while midway through his shift at work. They told him it was for an outstanding traffic warrant and took him to the JSO police department.
No shot.
I'm gonna have you take that apron off, too. Just,
Yeah, why the fuck do you still got your apron on, bro?
you can go have a seat for me real quick. I'll be right back, okay? Yes, sir.
Okay.
The officer said he would be right back, yet Lee was left to sit there for 90 minutes with nothing but his own thoughts. To keep him
Yeah!
company. Think of
Bitch,
yourself in his
deserved.
position, and presume you were guilty of
Be
whatever
right back,
happened
you
to
baited.
Savannah, and that whatever happened was something
Jesus.
truly horrific. In the present moment, you have just been arrested for an outstanding traffic warrant, yet
Just
you were
stalling
interviewed
the
the day
fuck out of-
before about your co-worker's disappearance. 1,000,001 things will be running through your mind about what could happen next, and as each second ticks by, the anxiety this will cause will begin to fester and slowly intensify.
Ah!
The optimism of uncertainty would still be present. There would still be hope, but this hope is about
Actually, I can just let
to be
this
dashed.
keep running through. I gotta fucking empty this out real quick.
The sound of the door opening would have been a pleasant
Oh.
relief from the monotonous cycle of Rodarte's own thoughts. Yet this brief moment of alleviation
Wait,
when
what'd I
hope
miss?
is about to be dashed.
I hate like, oh yeah, I'll be fine, and I'm like, come back. Like, what I miss?
The sound of the door opening would have been a pleasant
Oh.
relief from the monotonous cycle of Rodarte's own thoughts. Yet this brief moment of alleviation would have instantly converted to shock as Detective Ray Reeves walked through the door, the same investigator who had interviewed him about Savannah the day prior.
Good, good. You remember me from the other day, Detective Reeves? Okay.
It would have been at this moment
Gotta
that
get
Lee
his
knew that
ass!
The situation was far more severe than he was hoping. The relative optimism he would have felt during the initial 90 minutes on his own will now be gone, which in turn will greatly magnify the contrasting sense of fear he will now be experiencing.
Good.
This is my partner.
Deserved. You should be fucking
She
scared
was,
shitless.
interviewing some of the other folks, the waiters and other staff people the other day, so she didn't get a chance to come in at the time. I wanted to talk to you, or actually, we wanted to. You want some more?
Oh, yo, I like this. It's got another camera up here, top left. I like that a lot.
Actually, it would be alright to use the restroom one more time.
Come on, you bet. I'll walk out there.
A bow tie. I love bow ties, but even though people say sometimes it's not appropriate in all scenarios to wear a bow tie.
Nah, bow tie is definitely. It's appropriate.
Please.
I like the idea of the bow tie.
Is it too try hard? I love bow ties.
Yeah, I like bow ties too.
DR,
That's what I'm
some girl
saying.
was at her restaurant, Western restaurant, and she went missing, and they have her car, they have his car, so they're interviewing him. But they got him trapped already because they're already making strategies ahead of time.
Already
He's not
making
the typical
strategies.
suspect.
Like I said, I want to kind of go over some stuff. I know we talked the other day just for a few minutes and had some concerns about a couple things. And, oh, okay. Well, there you go. There you go.
Another water.
Wanted to talk
2
about
waters.
Savannah. So I just had a couple of things that came up that I wanted to ask you about specifically that didn't seem to line up. So I wanted to come to-
Didn't line up.
All right.
Let's get his ass.
You drink any alcohol today? Any drugs today?
I took an Adderall that my buddy gave me
Okay.
because I was there so late last night. I
Yeah,
came
yeah.
in and was super tired. Like, here, take this.
Okay. Adderall?
Yeah.
And do you normally take that?
Nah, I was. I've taken one
Oh,
long time
no.
ago, like I wouldn't say high school, a little bit after high school, but it's been years.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Wait a
I
minute.
appreciate that. All right. So, Savannah, you said that you knew her and you guys had, you knew her from work. I mean, just.
Wait,
fill
hold
me
up.
in.
Just as a question, Chad, does that give them PC for anything? Like, can they? Let's say, could they even use that in any way, shape, or form? To
The fact that he took an Adderall, I don't think so. I don't think so. Just because it's a prescription drug,
no.
but maybe not.
How long have you known her?
I don't know how it is
The
with use of
detective
drug.
starts off with an open-ended
Yeah, it's a
question.
prescription
This
drug. You
gives
can't.
the suspect total freedom and flexibility in how they wish to respond. It's commonly believed that people with nothing to hide are likely to give a short and concise response to these types of questions. For example, if Lee was completely unconcerned with what was going on, he could respond in 3 short sentences. I met her from work. I've known her for 2 years. We dated for a bit. To the contrary, if an individual does have something to hide,
Okay.
they are more likely to give a lengthy and detailed response. The simple reasoning behind this is that they are seeking approval. Imagine you're at a job interview and you're asked an open-ended question, such as, "Tell me about yourself." You would feel the need to be thorough in order to please your potential employer. The psychological premise is exactly the same with regard to police interrogations, albeit under completely different circumstances. Guilty subjects will see the interrogator as an imminent threat, and will therefore attempt to appease this threat to prevent further aggression. Truthful subjects will have no fear nor concern with regard to
Guys,
the
I don't be worried about this shit, but I feel like I would still do this if I was innocent.
same element. They would see the interrogator as a mere inconvenience as opposed to a threat.
I've known her obviously since she started working there. I would say probably about 8 months ago
Yeah.
or so, we started hanging out outside of work. And at the time I had a girlfriend. But we kind of connected, me and Savannah. So we hung out a little bit here and there. Got pretty close. We come from, I guess, somewhat similar backgrounds, I guess you should say.
Okay.
She didn't have it the best growing up, neither did I. So we kind of connected, hung out for a little while, and then she started using drugs a lot.
Okay.
Now, I used them with her, not the same drugs that she used all the time, but
Okay.
I did them with her a couple times, and then she
Okay.
started to get heavy into them, and
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
so I kind of just tried to take a step back and put things off. Probably a month or so ago.
What was the question again?
I saw Savannah at work, and she looked healthy.
He's asking about their
This guy's
relationship. I'm
spamming.
sure.
And just
He say
friendly talk at work.
say
telling her,
spamming.
hope everything's been good. And she told me, that I guess she did a lot of drugs and ended up in the hospital. She ended up missing I want to say a couple of days, 3 or 4 days from work.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, me being pretty close to her, I was concerned and everything. But after she came back, she looked good, and she ended up telling me that, I guess, over those 4 days she detoxed pretty well, and she kind of caught a, new
Outlook.
sense into why she shouldn't do drugs so
Good for her.
much.
Okay.
And like I said, she looked good. She started looking healthy. So we kind of
There's
were
a whole
talking,
book.
here and there.
I know, dude.
A couple times. She came over to the house, and we just kicked back, drink a couple beers, watch movies, stuff like that.
Jesus.
Like
This
I
is
said,
a
we
biography.
did,
4 minutes
she took, like,
in.
some pain pills here and there on occasion, but then she started like bringing heroin over and stuff like
gotcha.
that. And
Okay.
that's
I gotta let the cat out. One sec, chat. Or let the cat animate. Come on. Come on, Kiki. Don't meow at me, cat. Stop.
my mom was addicted to methamphetamines when I was younger. So those hard drugs just kind of scare me a little bit. So that's why I took a step back the first time. I ended up telling her, I was like, hey, for one, I'm dealing with a lot of personal stuff myself right now as it is. I'm a little depressed. I think we're moving too fast. I think we should, stop talking.
Okay.
And she said, I understand. It's completely fine. No problem. She said, I'll delete your number. I'll never text you again. And that was the last time that we text.
Okay.
When was that?
It was probably
is that a high
2 or 3
score?
weeks ago.
Okay.
Sometime in July.
Right. Yeah.
Oh
and
my
that-
God,
I think
11
you said
minutes
was-
in.
That was the last time that you had contact.
That took
with her
11
as
minutes to
far
fucking.
as- I don't wanna put
Jesus
words in your
Christ.
mouth, So, you correct me.
That was the
every
last time that I texted her.
Yeah, text or a phone call or messenger
Yeah.
or anything like that. 2 to 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Okay. And then the last time. When was the last time you saw her?
This is what I was a bit. I didn't tell you the truth when we talked up on Fish.
Okay.
Lee doesn't know the extent of the evidence, but he knows the investigators have something, and he now
Okay.
has no choice but to amend his alibi to some degree and give some form of admission. This
Okay.
allows the investigators to get one step closer to a confession, while also keeping the capacity of the evidence
No
hidden
toss.
until a more critical moment.
Last time I saw her was Wednesday afternoon.
Okay.
I heard that she has been basically telling a lot of people at work that we hooked up a bunch, like a couple days before that, and that she was going to like tell about the whole situation and try to get me fired. And
And
things
why
like
would that get?
She.
Well,
Damn.
I'm a manager and she's an employee. So I mean,
Okay,
it's
so you guys aren't supposed to fraternize?
Yeah.
Or, okay, I got you.
And she just told
Boy, they have the whole motive
people
now.
I guess that she was out with that work at the restaurant that we were having sex.
Okay.
I pulled in the parking lot. She pulled in. A little bit after
Oh,
me.
okay, here
I
we go.
parked, and I said, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?"
Wait,
Um,
I'm pretty, and guys, isn't this like in one question they literally get the motive, and he loses his alibi?
And she
Yes,
said, "Yeah,
literally.
what's up?" And I was like, "I heard you've been saying some things about me and you continuing to hang out, and that we're boyfriend and girlfriend." And she asked me. She said, "Can I come sit in the car because I just did some heroin and I'm a little paranoid."
Heroin doesn't make you feel paranoid.
Yeah, it
it
makes
makes
you
you extremely
exactly
relaxed and oblivious to your
and
surroundings.
sleepy.
Some might
Ugh.
argue that
You
heroin
nod off.
can cause paranoia depending on the user. Yet Savannah was driving moments earlier and was about to start a shift at work. If she was using, she most certainly wasn't the type to get paranoid.
Okay.
I said, "Why are you doing that? You're
She definitely didn't use heroin before she came into work. That's not.
doing really well. You shouldn't have been
That
doing
definitely
that."
wasn't the case.
And so she came and sat in the car, and I explained to her the situation. I told her that servers at Bonefish were coming to me and telling me that you're telling people when you're out that we're still having sex and we're boyfriend and girlfriend. And I said, I would appreciate, I need you to stop because for one, it's jeopardizing my job. We agreed to, split, stop talking mutually and just move on and, be
Sure,
cordial
dude.
or whatever. But it was nothing more than that. And
Be
she
cordial.
said, "Fuck you, you know, you're a piece of shit." And I said, she said she's gonna keep telling lies and stuff about me and everything like that. And at that point,
Lee has just tried to cover his tracks as much as possible without giving away anything incriminating.
Now he's
He
gonna
may have
go,
gotten a
"At
witness
that
saw him
point,
at the
wait,
scene
what?"
with Savannah, and was most likely hoping the verbal argument was the extent of what was seen. He therefore gives away this detail in an attempt to come across as truthful. Yet as we know, the investigators have proof that Savannah never got out of the car, and he's about to lock himself into his second lie, which is exactly what the detectives want.
Oh no.
she had her phone in
We
her
know,
hand.
yes.
She got out of the car and walked towards the main entrance from San Jose.
So like if
So this is.
He's about to catch him. He's about to get him here. He's like, all right, can you
I
fully
wouldn't say
explain
she
what
was
you mean?
walking along the edge of the plaza, but she was walking maybe towards this way.
Mhm.
And
Not the drawings
say-
again.
older model
Dude, this was in 720 the whole time.
Ford pickup,
Mhm.
green,
Okay.
drove past me and around, and she got in.
Okay.
The suspect has now thrown away his best possible defense, which would have been that he drove away from the parking lot with Savannah, and that she got out at another destination where they then parted ways. If he had known about the surveillance footage, this would have no doubt been his revised narrative, but it's no longer possible due to this fabrication. This is now his stated alibi under
Get
caution,
fucked,
and any amendments that he might
bitch.
try to make at a later stage
Deserved,
have
buddy.
no credibility whatsoever.
So she gets out of the backseat and begins walking in the direction of, not necessarily paralleling San Jose, but she's walking towards 295 or down.
He's about to get
towards that
fucking
entrance.
rolled.
And then she's got her phone, and you said you thought she was calling somebody.
The detective knows this alibi is completely fabricated, so you might be wondering why he's inquiring into it further. The
Well,
truth
yeah.
is that he's not actually inquiring, only pretending to. The suspect's responses to these questions are of no importance, and the detective is not information gathering. He's simply getting the suspect to let his guard down as much as possible by making him think that he is being believed. As the suspect continues to convey this made-up narrative, his anxiety will slowly diminish. His belief that he is fooling the detectives will increase, and his heightened state of mind will...
And then the detective drops the bomb on him. Once he's like fully confident, the detective's gonna be like, "She never got out of your car." He's gonna drop the
decrease
bomb
as a
on him,
result.
dude.
This is a well-known strategy, and the reason for this strategy is because the detective is about to initiate the first
The exact
confrontation.
opposite,
He
yeah.
wants to catch the suspect completely off guard.
Yeah.
And then
she
boom.
she had it in her hand. And
Boom,
like,
drop it on
I
him.
couldn't tell if she was texting or
Sure.
not or anything.
But she had her phone out.
Yeah, she had her phone out and was looking at it, and then it looked like she was going to put it up to her ear, and then
Yeah.
the green truck came around,
Okay.
and
Yes, the
How
green
long
truck.
do you think it was between the time that she got out and started using her phone till that green truck pulled up?
This goes on for roughly 90 seconds, and Rodarte appears to be considerably more at ease.
295 all the way to Beach Boulevard to Grove Park, and then Grove Park.
How long
Okay,
does that
thanks,
usually
man.
take you? Depending on traffic, obviously.
The trap, I think it usually takes me about 25 minutes or so.
Okay. What happened to your neck?
Dude, I just realized that
We
I
see
have
a very
subtitles
sharp
on.
and very sudden switch. The suspect is taken from feeling assured to once again feeling threatened. It's believed that when the immediate shift from one emotion to the next is so extreme, a suspect can become disoriented, and their ability to think critically can be affected.
Nice.
In other words, it's much harder for them to think up lies on the spot or fabricate emotion in a convincing manner.
That was self-inflicted, actually.
What?
After a long, nervous breath, he takes
Yeah,
3
what?
seconds to respond, yet somewhat saves himself with the answer.
Yeah,
The fact he stated
okay.
his injuries were self-inflicted could give reason for the nervous breath and his hesitation to respond, as
It wasn't
self-harm
that
is a
bad.
taboo subject, and some might be embarrassed or even ashamed to admit to it. The detective recognizes this and immediately puts him back on the spot.
Why?
I just have been having kind of a hard time.
You're not?
I couldn't.
The first interjection from the female detective.
There
she
you go.
alludes to the fact that the neck is an unusual place for a self-inflicted injury, essentially stating that she's not buying it, but also refrains from applying too much pressure, which is being saved for a more pivotal moment at a later stage.
Yeah, I did. And
What did you use?
a knife.
What?
Some time and Well, I kind of peel the scab here and there
Oh
at work,
my
hitting it on stuff like that. I peeled it last night working.
Probably not the best advertisement for the Bonefish Grill if their head chefs are peeling their scabs off at work. But then again, the wounds are more than likely a fresh injury from his
Fucking
struggle
true.
with Savannah, and they hadn't been peeled off at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
But they could just
obvious.
examine that and know for a fact, right?
Alright, let me see.
But this and this was the same night. This one was just a lot worse.
Yeah.
Than this one was.
Okay. And that was in July?
I mean, no,
Yeah.
of course, 100%.
Like a few weeks back.
Yeah.
From a few weeks back to fresh like the same day or the day after?
When she's in the car, what does she say to you
Of course.
about what her plans are? So she's scheduled to work that night.
Mhm.
So she's going to work?
She didn't talk about. I mean, I assumed she was going to work.
Mm-hmm.
She was in her uniform, but she didn't say. When she got out the car, she didn't say anything after she got out of the car.
They further reinforce his confidence by going back to his narrative of the truck and allow him to convey the story in
yes.
more meticulous detail.
Talk about the
They are
green
once
truck
again
some
giving
more.
him a false sense of security, only to use it against him at the opportune
Again.
moment.
And she gets in that truck. Let's be honest, we won't even call her she. Savannah, okay? Savannah, again with this picture, if we're using it in the same place, from where your drawing was, they drove over here. You're here, and they drive out over here. Do they stop? Does she get out and go into work? Does the truck keep going?
I didn't see once they turned the corner past the ATM.
Mhm.
Once she got in and they left, I left
You
because I just.
Did you run into them on the road anywhere?
No,
Okay. Did she call you later on or text you later on?
Savannah. No.
No other contact with her?
No.
So, where's Savannah right now?
I don't know.
Oh,
Where would I
big
find it?
switch.
I don't know.
Big
This is a
switch.
far more
I
aggressive
fucking love
confrontation.
this
It's
right now.
essentially an
This
accusation
switch
that
is
the
great.
suspect is involved in Savannah's
That switch was
disappearance.
great, bro.
Innocent subjects will usually reciprocate this aggression and respond to this type of question with a question of their own, such as, "Why are you asking me that?" Or, "What are you trying to say?" They would openly recognize and refute the allegation, most often in a forceful manner. Lee had no emotional response whatsoever, nor
Yeah,
an
'cause he's
ounce
a
of shock. He answered the question with a
fucking bitch.
composed demeanor, almost as if he knew it was coming. It lets the detectives
Uh-oh.
know he was anticipating some type of blunt confrontation.
That's my prime objective is to find her. I think time's running out on her. I want
I just can't wait to see this motherfucker panic. That's always my favorite part, is watching them fucking panic, bro.
to find this girl. I need to find her.
I understand.
And here's a couple reasons I need to find her. One is I'm hoping that she's still alive. And that's really, I really do, I'm holding out for that. And if she's not alive, then I think she and her family are due that knowledge. I think
Closure.
I think they need some closure. Because I think the reality is if somebody's, dead somewhere, a parent would want to know. I think if do you have kids?
No.
Okay, so one day when you have kids,
Yeah, unfortunate for him, he's not gonna have kids because he's gonna go fucking rot the rest of his life in jail. But
uncertainty is
actually, it's not unfortunate him. It's actually very fortunate.
whatever kind of a person she is. And I'm not about to say what kind of a person she is. Because I'm not making any judgments. I'm saying that this human being is, if she's alive, then I want to find her. I need to make sure she's okay, because several days now she hasn't been around. Things happen to the human body, and people can't stand a lot of things that can transpire. But the other thing is, if she's not, this family deserves better than this. This family deserves better than somebody who works with her and who's got knowledge and won't tell the police because they're worried about their own ass. Because that's pretty. That's pretty. cheap,
Yeah,
I'll be honest with
fucking
you.
press
And
him.
you're-
Press him right
The
now.
ledger started. Oh shit! Well, oh fuck! Well,
I don't really care about your feelings. What I care
Caress
about is
him.
finding her. So.
I don't care about your feelings. Yeah.
Okay, TLDR.
I need to.
TLDR. This guy works at some grill, and a girl works there, and they've been on and off a relationship or flirting with each other or whatnot, or sleeping with each other, and then one day she goes to work, right? But he's in the parking. They have an argument in the parking for 15 minutes, and then she gets into the car. There's a struggle. She doesn't leave the car. Then the car pulls out, his car, right? And then she's never seen again. That's where they're at.
To know where Savannah is, so
I
can
don't
let
know
her family
where
know.
she is.
You do know, bitch.
You don't know because you had something done with her and you weren't involved in that part? I don't know. Tell me something. What can I work with?
I told you the last time I saw her.
But that's not true because we have proof.
This moment
Oh,
would have been rehearsed
switch.
multiple
Uh-oh.
times before the interrogation started. The investigators would have planned who would reveal the surveillance to the suspect, and at roughly what moment. The suspect had been confronted multiple times, and the situation was now fully transparent, yet he continued to maintain his innocence by clinging on to his narrative. It becomes evident that he isn't going to budge, so the female detective takes the initiative. She reveals their final and most substantial piece of evidence for the purpose of maximizing the pressure.
We have proof. And that's why we're sitting here, Lee. At this point, we need this for her. I mean, I look at that little girl and I think of my little girl. My little girl who's her age. That's who I think about. That was my little girl. I couldn't imagine. I don't care what she said about you or whatever, but my little girl is that age.
Maybe
And you're not telling the truth.
Maybe something gets out of hand in the car.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, you didn't do
Okay,
anything, but she
okay.
was in your car. She never got out of your car. She
She
never
got-
got out of your car.
What the fuck's happening?
Lee?
We're not saying that you did anything. I'm trying to find her.
That they're putting a lot of pressure, but she just everything.
Do you
Okay.
It does apply a lot of pressure, but like I
think
should-
that she was in your
I really
car.
shouldn't be
She
saying
never
anything.
got
I'm
out
not
of
a
your car.
detective.
She
You
never
got-
got out of your car.
What the fuck's happening?
Lee?
We're not saying that you did anything. I'm trying to find her. I didn't say you
I
did
don't know
anything.
where she is.
Well, we can prove that you left with her in the car.
The detective
So
is
please,
dropping everything right now.
Do everybody
this.
a favor and just tell us.
Where is she?
I don't know.
You got to be able to be able to separate. We're not sitting here saying you did anything to her. I don't know. She's on drugs. Maybe she passed out. I don't know. I'm not in that car with you guys. I know that she's in that car with you. I have proof of all of this.
Okay, let me ask you, Lee. Then tell us
Yeah, we
now
just went
if you're
from
being an honest
0 to
man.
100.
Are you
Yeah,
being honest?
Yes.
straight pressure.
Okay, well, let's start being honest. She never got out of your back seat, Lee. She never got out of your back seat. Video cameras don't lie.
Lee,
How do you know? How do you think I know this information, Lee? I wasn't there, but a video camera caught it.
I wasn't there.
tell me what happened.
God, he's shitting himself right now.
What happened to her? Was it an overdose?
I thought that personally I thought that like her saying all of that was kind of a bad move, but misjudged. He is completely shitting bricks right now.
Is that what happened? I don't know. I'm not in the car with
They
you.
turned the pressure
You just
from
said
0
she was
to
in your
100
car
straight up,
she had
and he has no
admitted
idea what to do.
she had done heroin.
This is a cross between the how and why solution and the alternative question. Both are used to lower the gauge of admission for the purpose of getting one foot in the door, which will then become the new foundation for building the case. The how and why solution essentially blames the victim, while at the same time minimizes the motivations behind the crime. The alternative question plants a seed in the suspect's mind, where they are given an alternative and far more morally accepting choice for what happened. It's a smart move, yet the suspect doesn't fall for it on this occasion.
Bodies overdose all the time. Is that what happens? Does she overdose?
Okay, well, tell us when you left with her in the car, because that is what is shown. We can't make up that. We can't falsify a video camera, Lee. I'm not lying to you, because you know I'm telling the truth, because you know that's what's on the video. How else would I know that? I don't, unless I have the video. Where did you go with her?
I didn't go anywhere with
You
her.
did.
No.
You did.
You did,
So
buddy.
video cameras lie?
I don't know this. I mean,
Well, I'm telling you.
The surveillance footage was no doubt incriminating evidence, yet wouldn't close out a case on its own that easily. The investigators need a confession, and continue to apply pressure in a relentless manner. They attack the suspect's character, while simultaneously appealing to his sense of morality.
I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. I'm not making that up.
That video was dog shit
That's
though.
why I'm saying.
Yeah, that's probably why it
passionate
doesn't hold
about
up.
This is someone's child. You might not have kids, but damn it, is she someone's kid? We're fact finders, Lee. I don't have anything personal against you.
No, no.
Guys,
I mean,
guys,
it's
what is this? What is the meme? He forgore. What is that?
We're
It's
just
over.
fact
Just
finders.
tell us
We're
what
just
happened.
doing
Where
our
is she?
job.
Wait, is this when the For Gore thing first?
No.
There's no way For Gore started a year
No.
ago.
No. Where did you go with her?
What
Where
is
did
that
you go
meme?
with her, Lee? Be human. You're a human. You're a man. Where did you go with her? I know you're not that cruel inside. Seriously. Where did you go with her?
maybe you
Please.
maybe you don't know where she is now. Where did you go with her?
Please. I'm begging you, Lee. Please. Please tell us. Please don't make us waste any more of our time. Just tell us. Please tell us. Please.
She's
I'm
just-
begging you. I know you're not evil. Just tell us where she is. I'm begging you. Please. Please.
What if he doesn't say anything? Then what is the?
Please just tell me.
How many times is she gonna say that?
Where did you go with her then? Can you
At least tell us that.
at least tell us that part? Where did you go with her afterwards? She didn't get out of your car, and you know that
Yeah,
obviously because I
and
know
we do
that.
too. That's why we're here. Just tell us where. Where did you go with her? Tell us that.
I can't tell
At least point
if
us in that direction.
her emotional involvement or whatnot,
We've been. No one's.
or trying to
I'm not saying
relate
anything that
to
you intentionally
the
didn't. Just tell
victim's
us where
parents
you went.
helps or not.
When y'all left out of there, you went
I'm
out.
literally at the exact same point because like she's literally like begging. She's like begging him and has asked him multiple times. I don't know. I don't know.
For letting you made a left and saying
This
okay.
doesn't seem like the best way. I feel like
Once you know that.
there's that's maybe like B tier. There's probably like a different way to do it. That's probably S tier or A tier. That's a better way, better approach per se.
Okay, so what did y'all do when you got home? Savannah was with you. She was with you. And
What
it's
happened,
okay
Lee?
at that point, but I need to know where did she go from there? Is she still at your house?
No,
Okay. Is she still in your car?
no.
Okay. Well, where is she?
It's working.
This guy?
I don't know where she is.
The
Drop her off then.
Dude, why am I struggling to say that? One sec. Relentlessness, right? Yeah, relentlessness. All right, there, dude. That I don't know why the fuck I struggle to say that. The relentlessness, dude. Relentlessness. I don't know why the fuck I'm struggling to say that, but anyways, the relentlessness that she's, dude. I'm struggling to say that in a sentence, and I don't know why. Anyways, I'm gonna just use a different word. Honestly, never mind. I forgore. It's over at this point. Jesus
Was it
fucking
bad cop or
Christ.
good
Can't
cop?
speak, lol.
Who went to my house?
It's like a
That'd be a fucking- I think
worse
she's a
version of
good cop.
The
XQC.
investigators have got Lee to amend his story once more by lowering the level of admission, and this shows that he can still be influenced. As stated earlier, they were trying to get one foot in.
This bad cop is boring, man. You're just gonna out there and it's gonna. I like good cop better, dude. It's more manipulative and elaborate.
The door, which they have now done, and this is their new platform to build on the more damnatory elements.
We did some jokes,
Okay.
hung out for a little, and then she said she was gonna catch him and go home.
What was going on in the
Didn't
back
do
seat?
anything to
What was
you know.
going on in the back seat? For the doors to be kicked open. She kicked open that door 3 times, Lee. She kicked it. We saw it. Where's Savannah?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Lee, we understand. Listen, we understand.
We're not trying to hinge you up on anything, man. I'm telling you, I'm thinking about this girl and her family. And your family.
She was.
Oh, here we go. He's gonna do it.
Please tell me where to go find her. That's how people remember you.
This guy, hello? Pondering Patrick, please.
The released footage of the interrogation tape cuts off at this exact moment. The state's attorney has been contacted by multiple sources to release the next segment, but has so far refused to do so. All we know is that Lee Rodarte admitted to killing Savannah Gold. The only information that is currently released is that he proclaimed to have killed Savannah by breaking her neck. He then took her back to his house where he burned her body in a self-made fire pit and then dumped her in a lake at the dead end of a secluded road. Savannah had injuries to over 75% of her body. The medical examiner was unable to pinpoint the exact cause of death. The only conclusion was that it was a violent homicide.
Jesus.
Holy fuck.
The segment of admission was cut, yet the JSO released the footage that came just moments after. It shows a human being experiencing an emotional reckoning so overwhelming, while also trying to process the terrifying nature of his immediate situation.
Yeah. The realization you're going to jail forever, motherfucker. The rest of your existence, bitch. The rest of your existence, you will rot in a cell. What was that noise? Bitch. Yeah, yeah,
Shit.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Start a little bit of self-evaluation. Let's hear the self-evaluation now, you fucking
That's an
bitch.
understatement.
I don't know, why are you there? Let's hear. Keep it going. Keep the self-evaluation going.
What is that?
The instant anguish over his decision to confess, combined with the looming prospect of what lays ahead, will have forged a unique emotional distress that very few will ever experience. It's a harrowing sight, and under different circumstances would be extremely difficult for most people to witness. Yet we are now couched within the context of events that led up to this moment,
Very
and this
true.
will make its observation
Also-
far...
One sec. I gotta let this cat out. One sec, chat. Ugh. Fucking bitch ass boy. Bitch ass fucking boy. Hey yo, Chance, Konar, what's up, boys? How you guys doing? Hopefully you both are having a blessed motherfucking day. I appreciate you both for coming through, for real. This one's almost over, and then I'm getting into another JCS
far
after
more
this one.
tolerable, but by no means easy.
How's your day going, boys? How's your day going? Hopefully you guys are having a blessed... Is today Tuesday? Monday. Hopefully you guys are having a blessed Monday, man, for real.
It's so stupid.
I don't know.
Fucking.
Yeah, her fucking fault.
Nah.
It's
this
her
guy,
fault,
dude.
you fucking
No
dumbass.
shot.
God, dude, I hate this guy. Yeah, it's her fault. Like,
No reason to ever go to that work course. He made that choice entirely on his own.
Yeah, no shit, bro. There's no way he really fucking tried to blame the victim. Fucking Savannah. Like, bro, really? You're blaming the victim right now? You fucking... Oh, my God. He was doing good self-evaluation, too, for a second.
He's having a tantrum. Oh no.
No. Oh, no.
What a poor little baby.
There you are. It's not sorry for shit.
Killed in jail.
Probably.
What?
He means never gonna go in there like crying like a little bitch because everyone's gonna think he's a fucking punk. He's gonna try to harden up and get himself turn macho before he goes in there. Konar, after this the next JCS, I'll probably switch into chess. I'll be playing chess for like 10 hours, bro. I just like starting the streams off with some JCS reactions, man, and just relaxing and smoking.
Shit.
Yes, you are a real. You're
And
worse
sorry
than a
you got
piece of
caught,
shit.
He's loving in a bunch of bullshit at the same time.
For somebody who was a bitch to you. How does that make any sense?
What?
Time to get to wear a chef coat.
Oh, last time you get to wear your chef coat.
You. This is not supposed to be me. It's supposed to make something of your fucking life.
Sucks to suck, man.
Everything.
You ruined everything.
Going places, man.
Streamer.
I really like this self-evaluation here.
Your head.
No, stop, X. Backstory is this guy was working at a restaurant. And so was this other girl, right? And they were like hooking up and stuff, like on and off. And she wind up like threatening to he was the manager, and she was like telling everybody and shit like that, and I guess he wanted her to stop, and then they wind up having an argument about it, and then they wind up going into his car, and then she never left the car, and the detectives had video footage of him like leaving or whatever the fuck, and she never left his vehicle, so boom, got him they basically checkmated him in one.
What if they're watching and they're letting him do his little show thing?
They probably are.
Lee was remanded into custody and taken to the Duval County Jail where he was denied bond. In spite of the overwhelming evidence against him and the prospect of life in prison without the possibility of parole, he pled not guilty and claimed that Savannah's killing was an act of self-defense, even though he stands at 5'11", weighing 163 pounds.
And she's
Savannah
5'1" and 100 pounds. I
was
remember
just
seeing
5
this.
feet tall and weighed 91 pounds.
91
He claimed that he
pounds,
was in
bro.
fear of his life after she slapped him multiple times in the face, at which point he grabbed her neck, felt a pop, and realized he had accidentally broke it, resulting in her death. The state's attorney's office had no comment on this motion. All they have stated is that this trial is expected to commence during the summer of 2020.
I wonder what happened.
Didn't they get a confession out of it though?